81 football rack pack number 2. You're welcome. Shut your mouth. Okay. 81 football. Guys, still need to fill this snapper, man. Or we're not going to close it. So we need 32 more $10 entries. All right? We're done in about 19 minutes. '81 football. Mark Wagner gets Roland Lawrence. Wallace Francis. Andrew Wayne Scott gets Joe Cribbs rookie. Andy, we sold out of the hit random tonight? I had no idea. No, John, we did? We sold out of a hit random tonight?
I'm not getting notifications. So
Oh. Yeah, Andy, I don't know. Not tonight. We wouldn't be able to get to it tonight. If we sold out, we're not, for some reason, we're not getting notifications. Whatever, we're doing the best we can to prepare stuff. We'd get to the random tomorrow, more than likely.
Where do I get for it?
Here's spot 4 for Don,
Oh, okay. All right.
for Francis. Steve Bartowski, spot 5. Yeah, Travis, we got 18 minutes, and then I got to drive home for my bedtime. Mike Renfro, spot 6. Got a good hour and 15-minute drive. So I'll get home by, well, probably longer than that, hour and 30 minutes, hour and 25. Ken Fantetti. David Levy, Don Calhoun. You're welcome, man. Henry Marshall, spot number 9 for Scott. Stephen Ward, 3 in a row. Ron Jaworski. Raphael Septien. Leonard Thompson. Those were all Stephen Ward.
No, wait, go back. Did you change the date? No, I have to change the date to a month. Just left click and drag on.
Craig Morton, spot 13.
It might be from this one. It is up. So you're good.
I hear you, bro. Kevin Long. Dude, I'm back up tomorrow.
We can do this all day.
Travis, I'm up tomorrow at 5:30. What's my day job, Joe? So I manage an anti-money laundering surveillance team at a bank. Stephen Ward. I have about 30 people that report into me: supervisors, managers, analysts, OFAC sanctions, currency transaction reporting. It's Clark. I wish that'd be funny, wouldn't it? Gene Upshaw. So I'm a savage, dude. I do that, and then I come here to help Leighton with this business. And the fellas here. And then I go home, kiss my kids goodnight. They're probably...
It's a domain rep issue.
They're probably up when I get home. Sometimes, Travis, I try, bro. I actually am a beast. This is crazy. But you'll do while you're somewhat young, you know. Here's spot 18. Yeah, man. 18. Travis. Uwe von Schumann, 19. It is interesting, Joe. At times it's interesting, and at times it's a challenge, as is every job. But you know, you deal with all different types of personalities and people. That's Francis. Here's Scott Neal O'Donohue, and I'll tell you what, you see a lot of interesting stuff. The vintage breaks dudes. I've known Leighton for about 3 years, and so you know, I'll tell you what about Leighton. So Leighton did me. I was out of a job for a few weeks towards the end of the last summer, actually about a year ago today, actually almost a year ago, and you know, I needed something to do in between jobs. Leighton said, hey, come do this vintage breaks thing with me. That's Francis. I said, you know what, give it a shot. So that was on the heels of the 86 Fleer box break they did at the National last year, and I started coming here around September 1st, which is our 1 year anniversary of this business that we've decided is a 1 year anniversary. Here's spot 25, Bob Brunig. This is Eric V. Van Campanoli. And man, I just stuck with it, and we built this thing. There's John and Robert, Leighton and myself, and now Chris and Gelf into what it is today. We're just growing, and we're going to get bigger and stronger. Here is Joe Green. We've been in all over the news, as you guys know. It's been a fun ride, at least since last month. It wasn't that easy, man. There were times during the winter where we would have very slow nights. We'd shut down early. But now it seems like things are moving in the right direction. Scott Agneson. So we thank you all for coming by, for continuing to support us and buying into our breaks and contributing to the chats. It's Travis. Carolyn, you're up next. Beasley Reese. And I'll tell you what, we pulled some great cards, and I couldn't be happier pulling those cards for everybody out there. 31, Leon Gray. You know, what's also interesting is you guys, as you tune in more and you see some like Chris, for example. Chris is very well known in the hobby. He created Freedom Cardboard, which basically was the first. Here's spot 32. William Cummins was the first interactive sports card message board in our hobby. I don't count Beckett because Beckett was Beckett, right? And really it wasn't very interactive. And so he created that about, I don't know, was it about 12, 13 years ago?
2008.
So about 10 years ago.
There were a couple of them. There was like Peggy's board that was before us.
But not like yours.
Yeah, Sports Card
Travis.
Forum was before us. But we were the first to actually get involved in the industry side.
Yep. So I would agree, man. Sometimes when you're not doing the work, it seems interesting. But to be honest, I do have an interesting job. I do see some crazy stuff. People do some crazy things in the banking world. I'll tell you what. Famous people, not so famous people, rich people, poor people. 35, Scott. Otis Anderson. But the money laundering is a very, very interesting crime because, that's Travis, 36. Because typically when there's any sort of fraud, they can always somehow find a case or account of money laundering to charge you with. Any crime that involves money, they can slap a count of money laundering on you. It's 39, William.
What's flagging them?
And when all else fails, slap them with a count of federal indictment, single count of money laundering.
The main rep.
That'll put them behind bars for a few years.
Those are really hard to fix, man.
40, Eric. Yeah, that seems like work. This doesn't seem like work. The only thing that's work is driving home.
So we get future
But I get my Red Bull.
ones that have been sent or
There's for Mark that'll keep me going. I get a Twinkie or something I shouldn't eat, and I'm good. I got a little talk radio on by me. 42. That's Weston. Andrew's got 43. Steve Largent. And it's a lot of fun, man. Saints. I hope we get a Montana. We're getting towards the very end. 44 for Scott. Mark Wagner. Raymond Butler. We haven't had much luck on pulling Montanas out of anything. Oh, cool, Joe. Oh man, are you Joe? Are you a cop? Frank Lemaster. You know, I'd have to go back and watch it, Eric. I really don't remember, and I should. Here's a card for John. John, I got a card for you. Elvis Peacock. Hey. 47. Scott Agdenson, 48. And we got a couple extra cards, 3 cards to be exact. I got 3 cards here. I think what I'm going to do is these cards are commons, guys, right? So I'm going to make it a little bit more interesting. So what I'm going to do for you guys, instead of giving you these commons and wasting all of our time, I'm going to give you guys 3. I'm going to random the list here, and 3 people are going to get spots in the snapper. There you go, Tim. It is fun sometimes. That's cool. Pre-sentence report. Wow, man. Yeah. Yeah. The Ariba, yep. It's a money laundering tool. Great way to launder money, right? Just create false transactions on eBay. It gives the appearance of a legitimate transaction. When the bank asks, oh, show me the transaction. Oh, here's an invoice. White collar crime registry. Yep. All right, top 3 names get a spot in my snapper instead of the 3 common cards. Right? How's that? 7 times.
No.
1,
Because if
2,
I'm wrong and you didn't want to do it,
3,
some other reason I'm not thinking about
4,
it, we lose time.
5,
So
6, 7. Who do we got? Terrence, William, and Weston.
this is like
And I'm going to hook Tim up with a spot. I'm going to hook Joe up with another spot.
no.
Of course, my man Bob gets 2 spots. And let me see what I got here to finish. Andrew, how many does Andrew have? Andrew's got 2.
There's no way we can wax this.
Let me see how we are. Hold on.
Why don't we see it? Why don't we see it?
So Robert, you want to just grab this? Can you, John? Can you grab this? Actually, I don't need it. I got it. I got it. Our last order of business, guys. Hey, Travis, hang out a minute. We're gonna finish this the snapper. I'm gonna have to fill it right now. I don't care if we have to. I have to make the names up. We're gonna fill it. Jacob gets 2.
Yeah, I'm just looking at one skew.
Sean Briggs gets 2.
Oh, you have to be zoomed into.
Then we got Sean Briggs has actually 2 more. Let's see what else I got coming here. Any more names? Any more $10 spot purchases? All right, guys. I'm gonna give you guys 1 minute. You guys, there's 17 spots left. 17 spots.